In this video, I want to give a very short advice to students, especially in Nigerian universities. When most students, most times from experience, I say that whenever a student gets admission newly and is about to go into the university, one of the advice they usually give me is to avoid lecturers, avoid coming in contact with lecturers, avoid having a personal relationship with lecturers. Over the years, with my 7 years stay in the university, I figured out that ideology, that mindset is completely flawed. A student that avoids lecturer, avoid any form of relationship. When I'm talking of relationship, it's not loving relationship. I'm talking of a personal mentor-mentee or a good relationship with lecturers. When you avoid that and you end up graduating without that kind of relationship, you are at advantage. Now, even in the school context, when you have lecturers around you, where you have a good relationship with lecturers, you offer them value, you are a bit secured when it's because no one knows tomorrow. No one knows the kind of issue you'll be facing for tomorrow. No one knows the kind of issues you'll get into tomorrow. Although you may say you are very careful, you avoid everything, but then anything can happen when you get into issue, and then there's no one to vouch for you, no one to call, no one to ask for assistance. Now, for students that also are looking into getting scholarships and fellowships, they need recommendation letters, they need reference letters, and your lecturers are the right people to get these letters from. Now, if you don't have a good relationship with lecturers and a situation like that comes up, you start thinking, how do I do it needs, and then whoever you meet may not give you what you want and you cannot complain. But when you have a lecturer that you have a good relationship with, you can okay, this is how I want it to look like, this is what I want, and this is what I want. That is another aspect. Another situation is guidance. When you have a lot of lecturers around you that you have a good relationship with, you offer value, you get proper guidance on the right things to do in the university, and then you have lesser issues. That is another thing with lecturers. Yes, I know when building relationships with lecturers, especially for the opposite genders, you have to be very careful not to get into um, a clingy or a kind of flirty situation. Yes, I acknowledge that, but still yet, the whole ideology of throughout your stay in the university to avoid trouble, to avoid problem, avoid lecturers is totally flawed. And this is my advice to any student coming into the university or student that is freshly in the university, 100 level and 200 level. Try not to avoid lecturers. Look for one or two lecturers that you can actually look up to. You can actually meet and ask for guidance or mentorship. Keep them in your life. You will need them someday. You will actually definitely need them someday. Thank you.